I thought testing this headphone wouldn't take me much time because this is just a headphone and it might have some features here and there, and at most I would discuss how it sounds and stuff and be done with it. But Destiny had something else in its mind, if Destiny has a brain of its own. Hey everyone, Mukul here. The brand OneOdio has been there in the market for quite some time, and they recently approached me to test the A71D, which is being marketed as a gaming headset. But unlike many brands who just put all these crappy color codes on their headsets to make them look more gamery, OneOdio decided to not do that, which I feel is kind of a good thing too. The very first feel of the box was how small and light it was. But the box is probably smaller as the headphone is completely foldable, and hence the packaging could afford to be compact. Because of the bare minimum packaging, the unboxing experience won't feel premium or anything, but that could be a good thing also, as that means less trash for the world. They include all the necessary accessories in the box, which is really appreciable. There is a 3.5mm to USB A dongle to connect the headphone to your PC or laptop, and a splitter too in case the device you are connecting this doesn't support both the audio out and the mic in on the same jack. But for some reason I could not make the splitter work on my PC and only the USB dongle worked. And this incident turned out to be good for the headphone, which I will share ahead in the video. There's also a detachable mic, but it doesn't come with any mic foam on it. I'd say that all of these dongles and cables are slightly above the average quality. The overall design of the headphone is decent, and there are these glossy grooves on both the sides, so a lot of dust particles can easily sit inside these grooves. But again, if this was plain, then also not many of you would have liked the design either. The headphones feel extremely lightweight and they are around 230 grams. The ear cushion material feels of basic quality, and I couldn't test if it sweats or not, as right now my body and head are enjoying the winter. But they are neither too soft nor too hard, which is a good thing. The inside padding on the drivers is white and it's quite thick, so that means your ear might feel a little extra cushioning on them. The top headband has a decent thickness, but again the material quality is the same as the cushions and is pretty basic. The headphone is overall plastic with just a metal plate under each side to adjust the overall size of the headphone. The overall plastic on the headphone has quite a basic finish too, and the quality could have been better in this price segment for sure. The ear cups rotate vertically and horizontally, but they rotate in a manner which won't let you keep the headphone completely flat on a surface. But this can help you wear them around the neck if you are a neck headphones wearer. The cable quality is basic and is pretty long and is quite lightweight, but then there's a control hub on it, so that might add just slightly to the weight. But it's pretty good to have a mic mute button right on the hub here with the play and pause button and volume control too. So yeah, clearly the headphones include almost all the features you can ask from a headphone in this price segment. It's a headphone which can completely fold, has all the controls right on the cable, and has a detachable mic too. And I guess this could be the reason why the price might feel a little steep to some of you. Well, I've been using the headphones for about 2 weeks, so I really can't comment if the overall build is going to last for years or so. But during my usage, I felt you should be a bit more careful with how you use the headphones and can't go completely rough with them. But I can be totally wrong too, as I have seen some headphones in the past, especially in the same price segment, which didn't feel to have a great build quality, but they lasted a good number of years. So yeah, there's that. Also, OneOdio mentions 2 years of warranty on the box, which is bloody impressive. So this might just last more than one expects. And I guess I'm that one here. Well, I have a pretty sizable head and the comfort for my head was quite okay. I could wear them for about 40 or 50 odd minutes without feeling any sort of discomfort. But after the 40 odd minutes, I could feel the clamping force pressure pinch the sides of my head. This can of course vary for individuals. For example, when my wife tried them, she liked the headphones lightweight and the clamping force when she wore them for longer hours. The mic is pretty long and reached my mouth quite easily. It's quite flexible and can hold any shape or form. I mean, any shape or form. And it sounds pretty good too.
Okay, this is how the mic will sound when I am not typing on my keyboard. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? This is how the microphone will sound when I am typing a little on my keyboard too. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
If the mic had a foam covering over it, then it would have been able to avoid some of these puff sounds from the mouth, which are also known as plosives. But I really like the idea of having a detachable mic, as one doesn't always need it, and removing extra stuff from your headphone can help the pressure on your head, I guess. The battery on this headphone is really crappy though, as it doesn't have one. Now the impedance of the headphones mentioned in the manual is 32 ohms, so you shouldn't have any problems using it with phones or tablets too. Now before I share how these headphones sound like, I want to say that depending on whether you are using the 3.5mm jack with this headphone or the provided USB A dongle and you have connected the headphone to a USB port, well, in both of these situations, they sound entirely different. I mean, their clarity and richness suffers a lot when they are connected to a 3.5mm jack, at least without an amp. And I strongly feel that there is no consumer out there who is planning to buy this headphone and pair it with an amp, which he or she might buy later or already have one. I mean, if you have an amp, you already are a way better audiophile than me. And if these headphones are powered via a USB port on a PC or a laptop, then they sound entirely different. Originally in the review, I wanted to say how muddy and bassy the headphones sound like, but thankfully my brain was like, that fool, why not test them with the USB dongle too? And it was the DAC inside this USB dongle that could bring out the true sound signature of these headphones. So as I tested these with Counter-Strike Go, I noticed the footstep separation to be decent enough, and most of the time I could easily differentiate between the different sounds the game was making. The bullet sounds also sounded rich with just enough punch on them. And I'd say the drivers are moderately fast, as they could adapt to most of the pacing of all the sounds elements the game could produce, but the bass roll-offs are noticeably slow on these. The overall sound of these headphones are towards the warmer side, but definitely not the crazy boomy kind. I can live with such a sound signature on any of my personal headphones. But if you plan to use these on a phone with a 3.5mm jack on it, then you should expect a kind of a muddy and not so enriching sound from them. I mean, once you experience them via its USB dongle, then you won't be ever satisfied with how they sound with a 3.5mm jack device, unless that device has an inbuilt amp, which is also good. So yeah, the overall clarity on these suffer massively when they are hooked to a 3.5mm jack device. So if you plan to game or even listen to music on them on a PC or a laptop, then you must use them with the USB dongle only. You have been warned. For music, the headphones replicated how they sounded in games. They are definitely towards the warmer side, and if you listen to a lot of pop or hip hop and trance even, then you would definitely enjoy the sound from these. But surprisingly, listening to rock on these headphones wasn't bad too, and I truly enjoyed listening to tracks like Somewhere I Belong from Linkin Park, even when the sound signature leaned a bit towards the warmer side. And I can say that because the headphones could maintain the overall clarity, as it was doing pretty good at the higher frequencies. They only lagged in the mids and the vocals a bit, and that too wasn't terrible, to be honest, that I couldn't tolerate it. So what I'm trying to say is that, what am I trying to say? Well, I'm trying to say that the headphones succeed in managing a moderate sound balance overall, with a few good pinches of lows on them. So yeah, I loved how good they sound with the USB dongle, and this factor alone can definitely lean me towards recommending these headphones as an option to people who might ask for a headphone with similar feature set. But yeah, I am saying that despite the fact that the headphone seem to have an average build quality. Plus it has 2 years of warranty too, which I am not sure how they might entertain right now, as I'm not sure if they have offices set up here or not. So if you like the review and my efforts on the video, consider buying from the affiliate links which I will post below. You can also hop onto a Discord server for more chit chat on relevant content. Stay safe humans, that's all for today. Mewbot out.